Are we all ready for this? It's part 2 of my PS4 collection videos that I'm bringing to you. I'm going to go in on all of my games this time, so it's going to take us a bit, but got some really great games through this collection video, so stay tuned and you will see all of them. Let's start with our first one, which is Knack. This one is a PlayStation exclusive. Had a good time with this. Kind of a platformer style game. The graphics were on point. They were nice. Not an amazing game, but still worth the play. I would give this a 6, so it's a fair score out of 10. 6 on Knack 1, of course. We have Knack 2 here, which kind of reminds me of Iron Man a little bit for some reason, but yeah, this was a really fun game also. I actually liked this one a little better than the first one. The difficulty level wasn't quite as high, and it was just kind of fun to blow through, so there you go, Knack 2. I would give this a 6.5 out of 10. Let's move on to our next game. And we have Life is Strange, the one that started it all. I really liked this game. Story-driven game, really, really well done. Dialogue's awesome. Just definitely a playthrough that you need to make. I think if you play any Life is Strange game, that this is the one you want to start with for sure. There you go, guys. It's really fun. A lot of interesting scenarios happen, and a little extra stuff they throw in for good measure in this game. So a lot of fun on this one. I would give this a 7.5 out of 10. Let's look at our next games, I should say, Inside and Limbo. Both kind of the same type of games, side-scrolling platformer. You don't see this one often with both games, but I think this is a really good compilation. I'm glad that they decided to do these together. Play Limbo first, and then Inside after is my recommendation. But there you go. There's some artwork there to look at. Good stuff. I really liked it. Excellently done. Again, kind of a dark game. Both games are pretty dark, but definitely games that you should play, I think, in your lifetime. It's kind of a, I don't know, kind of a psychological type of feel that you get when you play this. Really well done, though. And as a whole, I rate this a 7.5 out of 10. Next, we have The Last of Us Part 2. And yeah, I'm missing The Last of Us 1. I was going to probably get the remastered version on PS5. However, I played The Last of Us Part 2 on PS4 the first time. I know there's a remastered version of this now, but this game really did a lot for me. I'm sorry, not a lot of people agree with me on this, but this game I feel is better than the first game. For many reasons. Graphically, it was better. I kind of got into the story a little bit more on this one. Man, just really intense feeling game. Really liked it. The Last of Us Part 2 was actually a masterpiece, in my opinion. I give this an 8.5 out of 10. It was a fabulous game. I really loved it. Even more so than the first one, but I do want to revisit the first one remastered on PS5, so we'll get there eventually. But great one right there, guys. Really, really worth your time. Mad Max is next. You know, I didn't think that this would be a great game going in, but then I got into it, and I could not put it down. It was so much fun. Open world type style game. RPG, I would say. Really, really cool. There's a lot of grinding on it, but other than that, it is definitely worth a play. It'll take you some time to get through it and do all the side missions and take over all the bases and all that type of thing. But really well done, and definitely a game to play if you like the open world type styles. I would give Mad Max a 7.5 out of 10. Next game is Maneater. I've never played this. I picked it up at a pawn shop just recently for real cheap. And it looked interesting. Like, it might be kind of like some mindless fun going around chomping up peeps. So why not, right? I kind of got it for my son so he could give it a shot also. But Maneater, I don't even know what's in. Let's see. Blood and gore, drug reference, intense violence, mature humor. Maybe I will need to play that before he gets a hold of this one. But I can't grade that one because I haven't played it yet. Let's look at our next game. Mass Effect. So this is the Legendary Edition. This includes Part 1, 2, 3, and I believe it has about 40 DLCs with it as well. So if you want to play Mass Effect, it is remastered on the PS4. So definitely the way to go if you want to experience that whole platform of this game. And these games were excellent. I mean, Part 1 was really good. Part 2 was probably my favorite, and then Part 3 was actually really good too. So great games to get, and this Legendary Edition is the way to go. I would give this a 7.5 out of 10. I really liked it. Then their follow-up to that was Andromeda, which not a lot of people liked. I actually did like it. I think the graphics were upgraded. They looked good. The gameplay wasn't bad. I don't know what the big hoopla was about people not liking this game. So you tell me your opinion in the comments if you play Andromeda or not. But I think it was done well. I would give it a 7 out of 10. Good game. Next, we have a game called Magica 2. Now, this is an excellent co-op game. So if you have friends that like co-op style games like Helldivers, stuff like that, this is really a great one. This is definitely worth your time. It is a little harder to find. It's a limited run game, number 139. But man, this game is memorable. I mean, I think we beat it in one day, so it's not a long game, but definitely fun. And I love it. It was a 7.5 on that one. My favorite Mortal Kombat games of the newer games is XL, or 10, I should say. This is the good version. Includes all the additional characters and all the skin packs. As you can see, I got this, well, actually I paid less than that because I know the dude. But yeah, Mortal Kombat 10 is probably one of my favorites of the franchise, next to the first and second one. I liked Mortal Kombat 3 too, I guess. It was really good. But my favorite is probably Mortal Kombat 2. But this is up there when it comes to the newer Mortal Kombats. Really good game. I give this a 7 out of 10 also. Okay, next we're coming in hot with the Mega Man Legacy Collection. Wow, guys, I was so stoked when I found out that they were going to release Mega Man on PS4, and not only Mega Man, but 1 through 6 of the original Mega Man games. What great ports these were. Wow, this was a great compilation. I think this is one of the games that brings back some of the most nostalgia for me in gaming. But I really enjoyed these Mega Man games. This is definitely the best of all the collection, Mega Man collections, that is. I would give this an 8 out of 10. It was fabulous. I really, really had a good time with this. And man, some of these were so difficult. I forgot how difficult some of these were. But Mega Man, I think it was Mega Man 2 or 3. Those are two of my faves on the Mega Man side of things. So there you go. Great game, guys. Next, they released the Collection 2, which I was also stoked about. Not quite as much as the first one they did, but this one has Mega Man 7, 8, 9, and 10 in it as well. So those ones were actually pretty well done too. I did like this series and this set as well. I would give this probably a 7.5 out of 10. A lot of fun, not quite as good as the originals, but definitely still worth your time and definitely still worth a pickup. Next, we're going to talk about the next in the series, which went to Mega Man 11. Really liked the upgrade here. Great game as well. Man, done so well. I loved playing this. What they also released was the Mega Man X Legacy Collection 1 and 2. I used to own those, but I got rid of them just because they didn't quite do it for me. I didn't have the same nostalgic feel, I guess, but this part 11 was done very well. I played it to completion, and man, another one that was very tough to get through, but I got through it, and I'm very proud that I did. So I would give this a 7.5 out of 10. It was excellent also. Next, we're going to talk about kind of a rare one called My Friend Pedro. Blood, Bullets, and Bananas. I guess those three mix pretty well, right? So this is a Devolver Special Reserve game, number 837 out of 2000. I got this because it's rare and because the gameplay is really fun and unique. So definitely worth your time if you like side-scrolling fighters. Then this is your game, and it's rare, so you might as well own it. I would give this a 7 out of 10. It was really good. Next we have Nier Automata. I think that's how you say that. Day 1 edition by Square Enix. Always thought that 2B was just gorgeous, beautiful character. I love playing this game with her in it, even though she's not human. So good stuff here, guys. Nier is a fantastic series of games. This has a reversible cover, looks like, here for you, if you're interested in reversing it out. I kind of like that cover a little better, to be honest. So I might switch that around. But Automata is a great game. Really fun. A lot of hours into this. Had a good time with it. I would give this game a 7 out of 10. It was really, really good. And then our next one is Near Replicant. I didn't get a chance to play this. I mean, I don't know. There's just a couple games I never got to, and this was one of them. I don't know why, because I know I would like it. So I think in the next month or so, I'll probably get to playing this. But Near Replicant also has a reversible cover there, looks like. It's not as good as the other side, I don't think. I think this side, yeah, this side's a tiny bit better. Anyway, yeah, I'll get to this and play this eventually, maybe report later, but haven't done it, so can't give you a grade. Sorry. Next is Nex Machina, kind of a hidden gem, I would say, on the PS4. This is a limited run, number 90. There you go, rating at the bottom. Really cool, like a twin stick shooter, I believe, is what you would call this. Really fun and kind of a hidden gem, flew under the radar a bit, but definitely worth your time and definitely worth getting if you like the twin stick shooter style gaming. I would give this a 7 out of 10. Next we have Odin Sphere, and I really liked this one. This was kind of in the vein of Dragon's Crown Pro, I would say. It was a PlayStation exclusive, and it's done by Atlas too, so kind of a harder one to find sometimes. Very well done though, and the art style is just beyond cool on this game. Maybe even better than Dragon's Crown in some ways, but definitely its own thing still, kind of the same type of gameplay as well. Loved this game, guys. I would give this a 7.5 out of 10. Next we have Overcooked, the Gourmet Edition. These are really cool cooking simulators that you can play co-op with your friends, family, whoever is interested. But this first one is really good. It's kind of no frills, no nonsense. You just get in and do your thing. Gets a little harder on some levels, but not too bad. I think it's doable if you have people that are dedicated and devoted to playing it. I would give that a 7 out of 10. We have Overcooked 2 right here, which I thought kind of upped the ante a bit. It was better. It was a better game. I love the intro on this because it references Fallout 3 on the entrance intro video, I should say. Good stuff here. Another cooking simulator. A lot of fun. I would give this probably a 7.5. It was done really well. Next, we have a game made by the people who brought us New Vegas, Fallout New Vegas. So the Outer Worlds, I was interested. I was intrigued. I wanted to see what this was like. I did start playing it. I did not finish this game, but I got into it probably about 4 or 5 hours, and I had a good time. The world was fun. The world was good looking, interesting. I think I should probably get back into this because I think I'll really like it if I do. But Outer Worlds was good for what I played so far. I'm at a 7 on it. I might be higher once I get through it, but yeah, great game. Next we have a game that I played for a long time called Other Side. This was a great game. I really, really appreciated this. It was dark. It was visceral. It was violent. It was hard in some spots. Man, I really liked this. And I recommend this to anybody who likes, the Dark Souls, any RPG type stuff, turn-based stuff. That's kind of pretty much what this was a turn-based RPG. Like a tactical turn-based RPG is what I would call this. This was on another level. I give this an 8.5. It was astounding. Next we have Pure Pool. I haven't played this much. I played it a little bit. I do like it. I think I kept it because it was one of the more realistic looking pool games. Billiards is cool. I dig it. I'll come back to this eventually. That's why I kept it. So yeah, we'll give it a shot one of these days. But from what I played, it's about a 6.5. Next, we have a game that's a tower defense game. Kind of another hard one to come across. It's a limited run, number 150. Pixel Junk Monsters 2. I've never played the first one, but I'll tell you, this one here is one of the best, if not the best, tower defense game I've ever played. It was amazing. Co-op is even better. If you play it alone, it's doable, barely, but not on like the Mayhem levels. I mean, yeah, on some of them maybe, but not all of them. This thing has some hard parts once you get to the Mayhem levels. But man, this one was done really, really well. Like one of the best tower defense games. Perfect. Almost perfect. I would give this a 9 out of 10. It was amazing. Next we have Ratchet and Clank. The first reboot on the PS4. PS4 exclusive also. yeah, this one was excellent. I've been playing Rift Apart, and I'm almost done with that one. But this one was, I would say, almost better than Rift Apart. Rift Apart added some more stuff, which was really cool. But this one, I think, was one of the best Ratchet and Clank games I've ever played. I loved it. The graphics are just on point. They look amazing and just gorgeous. So I would give this one a 7.5 out of 10. It's kind of what that picture reminds me of a little bit. But yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2. I mean, classic in the gaming world. I have not completed this game. I know. I'm quite the loser. But I did like what I played. I played this probably about 20 hours or more, and it was a lot of fun. A lot of stuff to do. But Red Dead Redemption 2, from what I hear, is, you know, one of Rockstar's best accomplishments. But going into this one and what I've played into it, the 20 hours or so, I did like it. It was at about a 7.5 for me. I'm not probably as enthused about it as everyone else, but it was a really well done game, and I think there's more to it, that if I just gave it more time, I would really appreciate the game more. So yeah, there you go, 7.5, because I haven't finished it yet. Next is Red Faction Guerrilla, and this is the remastered version. I really liked the original Red Faction game on PS3 when it was released, because it includes the mechanic where you can, you know, break real world objects with your sledgehammer, and that was really fun, just going around tearing down buildings. Just that part of the gameplay was really fun. But I took a liking to this immediately after being able to do things like that, and I just loved Red Faction. It was really done well. There is another Red Faction game that was on PS3. I don't think they released it on PS4, but I love that they remastered this one, because it definitely is my favorite of the two. I would give Red Faction Guerrilla a 7.5 out of 10. It was a really well done game. Next we have Rive, which is a limited run game. This one is number 68. And this one's a side-scrolling shooter, which is kind of unique. It's almost like a twin-stick shooter as well. So I really like it. It was a lot of fun. Definitely tough in some spots, but worth your time if you want to spend a little bit. I don't think this one's too expensive right now. But yeah, limited run is knocking it out of the park with a couple titles they released. I usually try to collect the ones I really like, and this was one of the ones that was in that tier where I said, okay, yeah, I'll bite the bullet here. So, literally. So, I would give it Rive a 7 out of 10. It was done pretty well. Next we have Rocket League, the Collector's Edition, and this one was a game that kind of came out of left field again. I didn't think I would like it, but this has some really addictive gameplay in it, and is definitely worth your time. Doing it co-op is really fun too, or not co-op, but actually a versus, not co-op. Sorry about that. But if you play a versus game on this, it's a blast. Definitely worth your time, like I said, and pretty cheap to pick this one up right now. So I would give this a 7.5 out of 10. Next, we're going to be talking about Spider-Man, the exclusive on PlayStation 4. Obviously, it's a gorgeous game. It's a beautiful game. It's one of the better Spider-Man games out there. I loved it. I played through this one all the way and was very impressed for sure about Spider-Man. And I really like the upgrade jumps they do in graphics on these. This was no exception. This was amazing, guys. I would give Spider-Man an 8 out of 10. It was great. Next we have Spider-Man Miles Morales. Has the PS5 upgrade to it, which is nice. I have not played this to its completion, but for what I have played, I'm high up on this scale. I'm like at a 7.5 at least on this sucker. It was a lot of fun. I think once I've completed it, I'll probably be at an 8 on it also. But really, really good. I probably paid maybe about 10 to 15 hours into it so far, and I know that I can do more, so I will eventually. That's going to be one I come back to for sure. It's a good one. Next, we have Shadow of Mordor, and this is really made for the PS4. I played it on PS3 initially, but on PS4, it ran better, and it was just a lot funner game. This is probably one, if not my favorite, Lord of the Rings style games. Really well done. Visceral, I love that word. Visceral and violent and just gritty, dark in some spots. Really, really well done game. I recommend this to anybody who likes that open world gritty, violent type of game. This is right up your alley. And if you like Lord of the Rings, I think that this is also a winner and it deserves a spot on your shelf. I would give Shadow of Mordor an 8.5 out of 10. I really loved it. Shadow of War, also a great game. I would probably give it an 8 out of 10. I didn't like it as much as Shadow of Mordor, but I did really appreciate what they were going for. A little bit more stuff going on in here where, whereas the other one didn't quite have as much. This added a little more. I don't want to get into too many details for you because I don't want to ruin it. But Shadow of War, an 8 out of 10, a great game as well. Next we have Shantae, Half Genie Hero. This is by Way Forward, and I don't collect the Shantae games really, but I played this one and I really liked it. So I picked it up because it definitely had some merit. So good side-scrolling platformer. Love it. I recommend this one. If you're going to start with any Shantae game, you might as well start with a great one. So this is one of probably my top 3 favorites of the series. So go with this one. I would give this one a 7 out of 10. It was really good. Next we have kind of a rare one called Skullgirls Second Encore. This is a limited run game, number 97. This is the slipcover I have on it here. So let's take that off and let you see the inside here briefly. I did switch the cover around so that it's a little different on the front of that. Unfortunately, I got some damage on that. Unfortunate accident down there. But Skullgirls. Now, let's talk about it. This is one of the better fighting games out there. I think it's right up there with like Guilty Gear maybe. But this one has an art direction that doesn't quit. It's awesome. It does some really cool fight mechanics in here. I definitely recommend this one. It's a little pricey. I think this one's around $80 or so, maybe a little less now. I haven't looked it up in a while. But Skullgirls is one of the better fighters. Like I said, it's up there with Guilty Gear if you like that type of style for fighting. Definitely worth your time. Awesome game. I give Skullgirls an 8 out of 10. It was really good. Next is Sniper Elite 4. And this is a game that I played to its completion and could not put down again. Man, Sniper Elite 4 is my favorite in the series thus far. With that slight upgrade in the graphics, with a couple new mechanics, this was just a blast to play. It's kind of a carnal thing, I guess. Not carnal. Just a crazy thing where you play a game like this and you actually want to see how you're going to be killing your people with X-ray. And I'm into X-rays, so this really did it for me to see the X-ray kill cams on this, upgraded to the point where it was just gorgeous to watch death. So Sniper Elite 4, amazing game. 8.5 out of 10 on that one. Sonic Forces, probably one of my favorite Sonic games released to date. It is a lot of fun. I don't like to say much about it, guys, because I really just want you to play it. I kind of want you to go based off of my scores. And if you do that, I promise you won't be disappointed. But I would give Sonic Forces, and probably one of the better Sonic games I've ever played, I would give this a 7 out of 10. It was really good. And we can't have a collection without the Stick of Truth, now can we? This is a funny, comedic RPG. If you've ever seen South Park, especially the first 1 through 10 seasons, you'll know that that this game really hit a nerve with me. It was hilarious. I loved it. So much fun, and did some things I never thought they could really do. And I just recommend this to anybody who is not easily offended. I think that's the first thing I'll say about it. It's definitely a game that will offend some, but is worth your time if nothing else matters besides a good time playing a game. This was fabulous, guys. This gets a 9 out of 10. Next we have South Park, The Fractured But Whole. Didn't want to get censored by YouTube, right? So Ubisoft makes this one. They made the other one as well. The sequel, though, is done very well. It was good. Not as good as the first one, but it was very good nonetheless, and is the same type of game style, comedic RPG. Just a lot of fun. I probably put about maybe 15 to 20 hours into this, I think. Something like that, but I completed it, loved it, had a comic book feel all the way. This is a recommendation for anyone out there that is not easily offended. Once again, I would give this an 8.5 out of 10. Beef up your incendiary skills with Spyro Reignited Trilogy. This includes all 3 original Spyro games, and wow, this was a great compilation. I really enjoyed it. Platformers like this are a lot of fun, and this Spyro series was done very well. I enjoyed it thoroughly, to my purple dragon's content. Really good games, guys. I recommend these 3, especially on the PS4 now that it's been upgraded. Definitely worth your time here. I would give this set a 7 out of 10. It was very good. Next we have Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. This is the complete edition from Limited Run number 382. Some pretty cool artwork there. I'm digging it. If we open it up, they included quite a few little special things there. We got a card. Got what looks like a admission ticket, and what looks like a Super Nintendo instruction booklet that came with it. So they really went all out on the extras with this one, for what you get. Also a reversible cover. As you can see, that's the original cover right back there. So I'll tell you about the game a little. So it's a fighting game, kind of like Double Dragon style, but was a very fun fighting game. But definitely harder. Once you get up to level like 3, 4, it starts getting insane. And you really need someone with you to get through this game. That's really the only way you're going to complete it, I think, is with some help. So Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, very fun fighting game, but a little tough on the difficulty side. So I would give this a 7 out of 10. Still a good game. Next we have Semispheres, and I'm not going to open this one. I'm just going to kind of show you the outside of it. It's an East Asia Soft game. I ordered it from them quite a while ago, number 535. This is like it says, a meditative parallel puzzle game. Really relaxing game, beautifully done. I love the visuals in this one. Anything that has that Tron look-alike, I kind of just automatically love. So yeah, Semispheres is a relaxing game. It's a limited edition. This isn't too much to buy if you want to pick it up. It's very affordable. So I do recommend it for anybody who wants to kind of just chill, sit back, and figure out some mild puzzle solving mechanics. I give Semispheres a 7 out of 10. It was good. Next we have a game that needs no introduction. This is Shadow of the Colossus. Wow, only on PlayStation, best remaster, one of the best games I've ever played. I think that Shadow of the Colossus holds a place in my heart that will never die shortly. This was just, wow, so much of an experience. I love games where you just fight bosses, and that's what you do basically in this game. But if you play this, please play the PS4 version. It's the way to go. The graphics have been increased, and the game's already amazing on its own. So when this got done to it, I was on board immediately. Immediately down at my local game store, picking this up. I give Shadow of the Colossus a 9.5 out of 10. It was near perfect. Loved it. Next we have Seymour X, and this is a side-scrolling shmup, I would call it, but kind of a 2D/3D side-scrolling shmup. I really liked this game. It grew on me. I didn't think I'd like it at all, but I ended up really liking it, and it's definitely worth your time if you like shmups at all. Has a really cool art design and direction, so I recommend picking this up. I don't think it's too expensive right now. So get it now. It's a fun game. It's a 7 out of 10. Next we have Skyforce, which is kind of similar to Seymour X. However, you're going up instead of to the side. So it's definitely a true shmup. Rated to E10 plus. This is a limited run game, number 116. And as you can see, the graphics are on point. They look really good. I'm glad Limited Run decided to do Skyforce Anniversary in their lineup of games, and I really liked this a lot, probably more so than Seymour X even. I give this a 7.5 out of 10. It was a really excellent game. Next we have 2 games. This is the SteamWorld Collection, SteamWorld Heist and SteamWorld Dig. Now I've played both of these. I think I might have liked Dig a little bit better, but Heist was good too. These are both winners. These are both hits as far as I'm concerned. So To have this in a set together is just an added treat. So if you got a chance to get this, it's another Rising Star game. Kind of one of those interesting developers that made games like Deadly Premonition. If you ever played that, that's an old one by them that's quite unique in a lot of ways. But this is really fun. Fun gameplay, and I think it's pretty cheap to pick it up. So I recommend this. This is a 7 out of 10. Next we have Star Wars Battlefront Deluxe Edition. I had to get the Battlefront as soon as it came out on PS4 because I loved the original Xbox games, Battlefront games. I still own part 1 and 2 on that system, and those are still my favorite Battlefront games. This is, you know, they definitely increased the graphics and added a lot more to it with these ones. And I liked them, but not as much as the originals. I think there's just so much nostalgia in those originals that this one just didn't quite meet that level that I was expecting. But it was still good. I give this a 7 out of 10. Next we have Battlefront 2, the Elite Trooper Deluxe Edition. I sat my butt in line for probably about an hour to get this right when it released so that I could come home and play it all night long. And that's exactly what I did. I actually liked Battlefront 2 a little bit better than 1. The graphics were just a great increase. I loved it. It was just really a lot of fun. A lot of the same type of stuff you're doing in the other one, but definitely a new level of greatness to this one. I give this one a 7.5 out of 10. It was really good. Next we have Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. The first of the duology, I guess you'd say at this point. So this was a really well done story. I really liked the story in this game a lot, probably more so than the gameplay even, but I thought the gameplay was also done very well and had a lot of options for, you know, upgrading the lightsaber, so on and so forth. Again, I'm not going to get into it too much with you. I think you should just play it because it's definitely worth your time. I give Fallen Order a 7.5 out of 10. And our last game here in this stack we have is called The Swapper by Curve. This is a limited run game, and as you can see, it's sealed. I've never opened this, nor have I played it. This is limited run number 38, so kind of early on in the series. Again, sorry about that red light. It's just my autofocus, so that's what that is. But anyway, this sounds like a really cool dynamic, and basically involves you swapping out or making a clone of yourself to get through certain levels with some puzzle-like elements. So that sounded like a good time to me. I can't wait to actually play this. I haven't yet, but it's rare. I haven't opened it, but it's kind of coming apart at the seams there. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and open it up anyway and give it a shot, see how it is. But if anybody's played this, let me know what they think, what they would score this out of 10. So ladies and gents, we have one more stack to power through. So we're going to get through that a little quicker than the last because I'm going to keep you a little too long if we don't. So this is called the Talos Principle. A Devolver, when you see that on there, you know it's fairly rare. This is Deluxe Edition. This is a really cool puzzler with some graphics that are very memorable as well. I loved this game. Kind of a hidden gem on the system, I would say. But very well done. Loved it all the way through. It was a 7.5 out of 10. Next we have Tower of Guns. This is another Sodesco title that I actually like quite a few of their games. This is one of the better ones though. This is the special edition. Fantasy violence on there at the bottom. Nothing too remarkable on the artwork there, but actually a really fun game. It's got a cool, unique first-person take on the world of the Tower of Guns. So good times right there. That one's a 7 out of 10. Next, we're going to hit up the Turtles game, and I think the Turtles games are inherently fun. This one was fun right out of the gate. This one's called Shredder's Revenge, and it's the newest addition to the Turtles fighting games. But definitely a fun one that you can play co-op with your children, with your friends, whatever you want to do. I think it has a reversal cover as well. Yeah, there you go. Not too bad looking. Very well presented. This is just a really nice looking game. Lots of colors that just pop. They're vibrant. I would give this game a 7 out of 10. It was a lot of fun, but a little bit short. Next we have Titanfall 2, which is a fantastic first-person shooter. I definitely recommend this, kind of one of the launch titles, I think, on the system, but a game that is extremely memorable. Every time I see this, brings back a lot of good memories of playing this game, and this was just astounding visually. So I give this a 7.5 out of 10. Next we have Typo Man revised. This one, I wasn't sure what to think, but was extremely unique and kind of hit that Limbo Inside feel with letters. I can't explain it more than that, but it was very well thought out, very meticulously constructed so that this would be one of the most unique experiences you'll ever have. This is a limited run game, number 135. I highly recommend this to anybody who likes that outside of the box thinking game. It was just very, very brilliant in its execution. Loved Typo Man. I would give this an 8 out of 10. Next we have Trials Fusion, which I spent hours on because it kind of makes you feel like you need to progress the whole time, and the gameplay is so much fun with like a 2D mixed in with a 3D feel of riding these motocross bikes, and man, it is just another level of fun. I would recommend this game for anyone. I think it's the type of game that anybody can just jump in and have a great time. Trials Fusion, the first one here, I give a 7.5 out of 10 to. Next we have Trials Fusion Rising, which is the sequel to that one. Another great game. I think I like the first one maybe a hair better, but this it's almost equal, I would say, in a lot of ways. It's just really, really cool. This one actually comes with a sticker and art book right here. As you can see, there's a couple little things in there that they give you that are extra, which is really cool. I thought that was really awesome. They didn't have to do that, but here they are with it, so that's really cool. I would give Trials Rising a 7.5 out of 10. Another game that is a one that you jump in and you play right away, and it's totally fun. Weekend killer on that one. Next we have Tricky Towers, and this is a great game for co-op or for versus. It's another Sodesco title. A little bit harder to find, but if you do, I recommend getting it. It's like Tetris with a twist, I would call this game. Loved it. One of those games that I come back to a lot when I have someone over to play and they just want to jump in and play something fun. This is something that is memorable and is definitely worth picking up if you get a chance. It's a 7.5 out of 10. Undertale is our next game here, another hard one to find. But if you do find it, I do recommend picking it up. It's kind of an acquired taste, I would say. I do love it myself, mostly for the art direction, and haven't even opened the book yet, but mostly for the art direction and the type of gameplay you're getting here. It's just something that it's reminiscent of other games, but it really kind of is unique and does its own thing. So I don't want to say more than that. So if you get a chance to get Undertale, if it's cheap, pick it up. I would give this a 7 out of 10. It was a lot of fun. Next we have Uncharted, the Nathan Drake collection. This has 1 through 3, and they're all, of course, upgraded, remastered versions. So, I mean, everybody has this game. Everybody knows they're great. I do love all these games as well. I would give this set a 8 out of 10. It was really good. Next we have Uncharted 4, Thief's End, and I've played this. I believe I finished it as well, and it was pretty good. Probably about a 7.5 out of 10 I would give this game. I liked the graphics jump, but I think the first 3 might have been a little better story-wise. I do like this one, but I think the other ones are a hair better. Next we have Uncharted: The Lost Legacy, and I've never played this. This is the only Uncharted game I've never played. I've heard some decent things about it. It is a exclusive on PlayStation. I've heard that it's you know, it's just as fun as some of the other games in the series. So I'd have to give that a shot myself for me to make a assumption on that is more accurate. So let's put it aside for now. Let's look at Velocity 2X Critical Mass Edition. This one's a little bit harder to find, but a very fast-paced game, and has a really, really cool art direction, as you can see here. I really, really dig that. So as I played it, visually it was stunning. Gameplay-wise, it was a little bit nerve-wracking because everything was moving so quickly. but I did love it, and I recommend this to anybody who likes the faster paced gaming. I would give this a 7 out of 10. Next we have The Walking Dead Telltale Definitive Series. Yes, this includes all 4 seasons, 400 days. It has the Michonne, and so a couple other exclusive things to it. But man, this as a whole is one of the best Telltale compilations that they've ever made. And this set to own is just fabulous. It's upgraded. I mean, you can't go wrong with this series at all. Again, a little bit gory, has some language, so if that offends you, don't play it. But otherwise, a great story-driven point-and-click, choose-your-own-adventure series right here. This is the coup de grace, guys. This is the one to get. I would give this an 8.5 out of 10. I loved it. Next, we have Wipeout Omega Collection. And there's my alarm telling me I'm almost done. Yeah. Let's just turn that off. Wipeout Omega Collection is another exclusive on PlayStation that is a very fast-paced racing game, futuristic style racing game. And man, this one was really on another level of awesomeness. I really had a great time playing this. I'd give it a 7 out of 10. However, in some days I give it a 7.5, but today is a 7. All right, next we have XCOM 2 Collection. And this is a tactical game, top-down tactical game. And man, this is a lot of fun. It gets exponentially harder as you go, but man, this one is worth your time. It's going to be a bit frustrating. I'll warn you now, because the aliens in this get nuts. This is actually a 2-disc edition. I have the other disc over here. I just keep it out of the case for now just to keep it in better condition. But that's what you'll get if you get this special collection that I have, which is has the DLC, extra 4 DLC packs. Usually the cover's blue right here, so it's kind of cool. They changed that to red for the upgraded version. Really cool game. XCOM 2, I got into this one. I was digging it. I would give this an 8 out of 10. It was excellent. Next we have Zombie Vikings. This is the last game in my PS4 collection videos, so I know it's bittersweet, but here we are. Zombie Vikings is a fun game. This is Ragnarok Edition. This is a kind of a side-scrolling platformer with an amazing art direction. I loved it. Man, the way they do these games nowadays. Rising Star too. That's another one. They live up to their name because they are a rising star in my opinion. They have quite a few hidden gems out there that not a lot of people know about, and this is one of them. This is a lot of fun. Again, has some parts it's a little tougher to get through, but not quite as bad. So I would recommend this to most people who like those types of games. 7.5 out of 10. And guys, thanks so much again for watching my PS4 collection video. I love bringing you these things. I'm going to bring you a PS5 video really soon here. But until then, I want to say thank you once again. Please leave me comments. I love talking games with people. Let me know if I screwed up on anything. Sometimes I say things that may not be entirely accurate because I haven't played these games in so long, so I kind of forget certain things. But thanks again. I do really appreciate your time. I know it's valuable to everyone out there. Again, stay tuned to my PS5 collection video. It's right around the corner, and we'll catch you then.